Hello, we have already discussed about what counseling is, its meaning, and the objectives involved during the counseling process. Now, today, let's see what is the process of counseling. But before we start with it, we must understand what is a process. Whenever we use the word process, that means there are certain steps which are involved in it, and these have to be followed in a sequential manner. During a process, if we do not follow these steps in a sequential manner or we skip any step, then that process becomes futile. We will not be getting the results we want. So, whenever we are concerned with the process, we should keep that in mind. Now, proceeding further, when we are talking about counseling, we should understand that we are talking about a mutual relationship between the counselor and the counseling that enables the counselee to discover his own personal strength. And this discovery about the self helps him to improve himself or herself. He'll be able to make better decisions about life, about whatever decisions they are taking with respect to their career, with respect to their personal life, with respect to their professional lives, everything. They'll be able to do that in a better way. And when you are able to make decisions properly, that helps to develop a kind of confidence in you. So, this is one thing. Another thing is it also helps to improve the communication. One thing, you are able to express yourself in a better way because when you are in a counseling session with a counselor, you are provided that space, you're provided that environment where you can express yourselves. This helps you to improve your communication skills. And when you have better communication, then of course that will lead to meaningful relationships. It also helps to clarify the counselee's feelings and needs. Different kind of feelings are being expressed by us at different point of time. We may be very happy about something but we are not able to express it. There can be the feeling of sadness, depression, being anxious about something. So these are different feelings which affect the human emotion in a very different way. We may become aggressive sometimes because of these feelings only. We may be some very excited. So again, this is because of the kind of feelings we are experiencing. So we become more able to deal with these kind of feelings when we go through this counseling process. In counselor and client, we understand that they work in a relationship where they formulate realistic goals. See, at this point of time, we need to understand that formulating realistic goals is very important. If you do not have those realistic goals, if I think about, okay, uh, I will be the topper in my class, so that can be one of the option. Of course, I can be topper in my class, but what if my aptitude is not of being an academic achiever? Maybe I'm very good in sports. So again, realistic goal would be I should set a goal in being excellent in my sports rather than being in thinking about being a topper in my academics. Maybe I'm mediocre in my academics, but I'm a topper in my sports. So that is perfectly all right. In a counseling process, we get to understand this thing in a realistic way. We need to be very realistic about this. Then we have to explore different kind of options available to us. See, when we have already understood that counseling is not something where a counselor is going to tell you, okay, this is the right thing for you and this is something which you should not do. Counselor is just helping us to understand what kind of a person am I, what do I actually need, what will be the right kind of decision as per my potential, as per my weaknesses. So different kind of options available to me, and uh, customizing those options as per my needs. Counseling helps me in that, right? So counseling is an active process during the sessions, and of course outside the counseling sessions also. During the counseling session, when you are in counseling with your counselor, then you are going to a kind of intervention. You are in a conversation with your counselor, you are expressing your feelings, you are trying to understand certain things, right? So we understand that this is an active process, but when we are outside of this counseling room, when you are outside this counseling room, what I'm going to do is actually apply what all I have understood during my sessions in counseling, that I'm going to apply outside this counseling room. So that is more important. I'm not saying that being in the counseling session you do not understand anything and you come out okay, I'll be all right. That is one of the thing. No, that is not going to be the right thing. Of course, whatever you learn during the counseling sessions, whatever you have understood in those sessions, those have to be applied when you are in your life outside that counseling room, when you are with your family, when you are with your friends, when you are in your maybe professional space, when you are out with the friends. So you need to understand those things and you need to apply those things. That is why counseling is more important in both the places, being in being in the session or being outside the session, right? Then the most important thing is that counselor should have a personal commitment to himself or herself. That is most important thing during a counseling, because until and unless I am not ready for being counseled, unless and I'm not ready for that process, that process will never be effective, because I'll not be applying anything in my life and I'll not be getting any kind of results. So it is very important that there should be personal commitment of the individual, of the counselee, to oneself. Okay.